Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive deep into the latest dramatic twists unfolding in Port Charles. We have some mind-blowing updates to discuss regarding the hostage situation at Windermere, so grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let us get right into the thick of it. I cannot believe they just did that. I am literally shaking right now. I am typing this at 2 in the morning because I cannot sleep after watching that Windermere basement scene, and I desperately need to get this out of my system. I mean, we all knew Liesl Obrecht was holding on to some massive secrets. But this is the mother of all soap opera bombshells. And I am just sitting here staring at my screen in the dark, trying to process what the writers just did to the entire Faison family tree. Because if you thought the Cassadine family was messy, the Obrecht-Faison-Cullum dynamic just said, hold my drink. I am half celebrating because the drama is absolutely top tier, and half complaining because my brain hurts from trying to make the timeline work. But honestly, I am so here for it. Let us set the stage because the atmosphere of this episode was everything. We are down in that dark, damp sub-basement at Windermere. The same miserable cell where Anna Devane was held captive, the same place where Jocelyn Jacks has been plotting her escape and finding Anna's hidden messages carved into the walls. Jocelyn has been a total warrior through this whole ordeal, by the way. But then Ross Cullum, who is officially the most terrifying villain we have had on this canvas in years, throws an unconscious Liesl Obrecht into the cell. He needs Liesl to finish Cesar Faison's cold fusion prototype because Britt Westbourne is out on the run with Rocco Falconeri. And Ross is not playing games anymore. He is relentless, he is cold, and he wants results immediately. So Ross is standing there in the gloom, looming over these two women, and he realizes Liesl is going to stall. Jocelyn already told Liesl that their only real power in this situation is to intentionally drag out the project. Ross is not an idiot. He sees right through their little strategy. So what does he do? He goes straight for the jugular. He threatens to harm Jocelyn. He makes it crystal clear that if Liesl does not comply and get to work on that prototype, he will torture or kill this young girl right in front of her. And you can see the sheer panic in Liesl's eyes. She knows Ross. She knows exactly what he is capable of. He murdered Marco Rios without blinking an eye. He is actively hunting her daughter, Britt. He is an absolute monster who does not care about human life. And then she says it. I can still hear Kathleen Gaedy's delivery in my head because it was absolute perfection. Liesl looks Ross dead in the eye, her back literally against the stone wall, and she plays the ultimate trump card to protect Jocelyn. She tells him that Cassius, the man who has been parading around Port Charles as Nathan West, the man currently standing guard right outside their cell door, is not Cesar Faison's son. He is Ross Cullum's son. Yes, you read that right. Cassius is the product of a secret affair between Liesl and Ross decades ago. I screamed. I literally screamed at my television so loud I probably woke up my neighbors. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let us break this down because the implications are massive and my mind is racing. For years, we thought Cassius was Cesar Faison's secret backup plan, hidden away since birth to be the dark heir to his criminal empire. We thought he was Nathan's identical twin, sharing the exact same DNA. But if Cassius is Ross's son, How does that even work biologically? Am I the only one who immediately jumped online and Googled, can twins have different fathers? Because apparently, heteropaternal superfecundation is a real medical phenomenon. It is incredibly rare, but let's be real. This is General Hospital. We live for this kind of soapy medical miracle. One twin belongs to Faison, and the other belongs to Ross. It is brilliant. It is insane. It is everything I want in a daytime drama. Remember when they tried this paternity roulette with Nathan years ago? Remember when Liesl lied and said Nathan was Victor Cassidy's son just to protect him from Faison's madness? Yeah, didn't work out so well then, but it proves she has a massive history of lying about who fathered her children. So part of me is sitting here like, is she lying again just to save Jocelyn? Is she just manipulating Ross to buy some precious time? But the look on her face, it felt too real. It felt like a heavy, dark confession that has been eating her alive for decades. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I know when Liesl is playing a strategic game versus when she is backed into a lethal corner. This was a cornered, desperate mother throwing a grenade to save an innocent girl's life. Now, let us talk about Ross Cullum's reaction, because give the actor an Emmy right now. This guy has been a cold, calculating machine since he arrived. He has been pulling Jen Sidwell's strings, running the double agent game, menacing Carly, and terrorizing Brennan at Turning Woods. But when Liesl dropped that paternity bomb, his entire face just froze. The absolute shock value of seeing this untouchable, sociopathic villain completely derailed by a ghost from his past was incredible television. You could practically see the gears grinding to a halt in his head, recalculating everything he thought he knew about his life and his operations. Does he even have a heart? Does he actually care that he has a biological son? Or is he just going to see Cassius as another useful pawn on his twisted chessboard? But the real tragedy here, the absolute gut punch of the entire episode, Cassius was standing right there. He was on guard duty just outside the heavy iron door. He heard every single word of that confession. Can we talk about this? Can we please talk about the psychological warfare this poor guy is going through right now? Cassius has been suffering from a massive identity crisis since the moment he stepped foot in Port Charles. He took over Nathan's life, he deceived Nina Reeves, he fell for Lulu, and he has been serving Sidwell and Cullum because he thought he was following his father Faison's dark, twisted legacy. He thought he was honoring his bloodline. And now he finds out that the man he has been taking brutal orders from, the man who treats him like a disposable henchman, is his actual biological father. The monster who is currently hunting down his sister Britt. The monster who killed Marco. Cassius has to choose between his loyalty to this criminal syndicate and the new blood running through his veins. I am sorry, but the angst is just too good. I am living for the inner turmoil. When the camera panned to Cassius outside that door, he looked like his entire soul had just been ripped out of his body. His whole foundation, his whole reason for being the bad guy, was just revealed to be a total lie. Okay, back to the point. What does this mean for Cassius moving forward? Because let's remember what he just did. He just helped Jen Sidwell escape police custody. He literally let Sidwell beat him up to sell the cover story to Dante Falconeri over the phone. He is neck deep in this criminal enterprise. He is a wanted accessory at this point. But this revelation has to be the catalyst for his redemption arc, right? He cannot possibly keep working for Ross now knowing the truth. He has to turn on him. I am predicting right now that Cassius is going to snap, team up with Jocelyn and Liesl, and take Ross down from the inside. And I am absolutely here for it. Give me the rogue double agent turning on his evil father storyline. And think about how this affects the rest of the canvas. Nina Reeves just reached out to check on Cassius because she thinks he was genuinely hurt by Sidwell during the escape. Nina still thinks of him as Nathan, or at least a piece of Nathan's memory. When she finds out that Cassius is the son of the man who is keeping Jack Brennan locked in and hostage at Turning Woods, the man who is ruining everyone's lives and holding the entire town hostage with his threats, the fallout is going to be nuclear. I know some people are loving the Nina and Brennan team up right now, but adding Cassius's true paternity to the mix is going to make the alliances so much more complicated and messy. Also, we have to talk about Jocelyn Jacks, sitting in the corner of that cell, just watching this entire soap opera unfold in front of her. Jocelyn is not just going to sit there and play the helpless damsel in distress. She has Anna Devane's makeshift weapons hidden away. She has a razor-sharp mind. She is watching Ross Cullum's impenetrable armor crack, and she is watching Cassius completely unravel outside the door. Jocelyn is going to use this. She is going to manipulate Cassius's identity crisis to secure her escape. I mean, Carly is already on the Windermere property looking for her. Carly found the ring Jocelyn dropped. The mother-daughter rescue mission collision course is set, and it is going to be explosive. Let us look at the broader Faison family dynamic now. Britt Westbourne is out there on the run, risking her life and her freedom to protect Rocco, Falconeri, and Danny. She thinks her brother is Faison's son. When she finds out her mother slept with Ross Cullum, the man who is actively trying to destroy them, Liesl is never going to hear the end of it. The Obrecht family dinners are going to be incredibly awkward if they all survive this. But seriously, this adds such a deep, painful layer of tragedy to Britt's storyline too. She is being hunted by her own half-brother's father. The stakes have literally never been higher for these characters. I know the forums and group chats are completely divided right now. Half the fans are screaming about how this ruins the Faison legacy and messes with the established lore, and the other half is popping champagne because Ross Cullum finally has a legitimate weak spot. Personally, I am thrilled. We desperately needed something to shake up the Windermere hostage storyline. It was getting a little stagnant, with Pascal just taunting Jocelyn and Sidwell barking orders from afar. This paternity twist injects a massive dose of emotional stakes into a plot that was heavily relying on just action and physical threats. It makes it deeply personal. It grounds the villainy in family drama, which is what General Hospital does best. So what happens next? Will Cassius confront Ross immediately, or will he play the long game? Will he pretend he did not hear anything and continue to act as a double agent, waiting for the perfect moment to strike his new father in the back? Knowing this show, they are going to drag out the suspense, and I am going to be glued to my screen every single day. I need the next episode, like I need air. They cannot just leave us hanging on Cassius's devastated face outside that cell door. Give me the confrontation. Give me the tears. Give me all the soapy goodness. I am going to be obsessing over this until tomorrow, and I know I am not the only one.